Hey there, welcome back. You are halfway there. This is video number 5, and the topic for right now is going to be how to find and replace information. So we've been working from a workbook that I'm going to share out here. This is all about dietary restrictions is how I've named this. And if we follow the K column, if you don't have this workbook downloaded yet, feel free to download that from the description. But we can see we have a fair amount of vegetarians and some kosher and gluten-free, dairy-free, and gluten-free. But if we get to row 436, 435 on here, 434, it's going to turn gluten-free into GF. So how might this happen? Well, depending on your registration platform, you might have people typing in their dietary restrictions. You might have people selecting more than one option, or say you had 2 different versions of registrations that went out and one of them had GF for gluten-free and one of them had gluten-free. You might have some information that's redundant but isn't the same, synonymous on your worksheet. So there's a tool called actually Find and Replace within your workbook that will allow us to find GF within the workbook, and then we can actually click on the replace button here and replace with gluten-free and click on replace all. And as you saw on the screen behind here, all of our GFs turn to gluten-free. So why would we want to do that, right? Say we're going to start to sort this information and we want to know who our gluten-free guests are. Well, we would have to sort by GF and by gluten-free to consolidate that information. So making this uniform across the board, and this would apply to multiple, so say it was kosher, vegetarian, and some people were registered for vegetarian and kosher, we would want to make sure that kosher vegetarian is the uniform selection across the board. So we would change all of those vegetarian koshers to kosher vegetarian. I know I just said the same word a bunch of times, but hopefully that makes sense. So consistency is key here, so that when we get into the next step of sorting this information, you'll be able to only go with the one selection for the same dietary restriction. So all of our vegetarians are always going to be vegetarian. All of our gluten-frees are only going to be gluten-free. Again, that's find and replace, which is under the find and select feature here on the home ribbon. And we would just click on replace and make sure that we have replace select, and then we're going to choose replace all as we go through that. In our next one, we're going to start getting into sorting. So tune right in, download the workbook, and we'll see you there.